Yeah! If you smell what The Rock Jr. is cooking. Yeah, I know it was over the top. Today's Monday, Christmas Eve. Hope you guys is happy and celebrated. In today's video, it's another basketball video for basketball prediction. The Portland Trail Blazers versus the Utah Jazz. Now, these are two very competitive basketball teams in the West Conference of the NBA. These two teams have played each other over 100 times in a 50, I won't say 50 year, I'm going to say in a 30, 35 year span, they've played each other 100 times. Both these teams have something in common. They are both arch rivals of the Los Angeles Lakers. And if there's any two teams in the NBA that can stop the Los Angeles Lakers from advancing to the third round or to the NBA Finals, it's these two basketball teams. Portland, as we all know, is the Los Angeles Lakers' kryptonite. Yes, it's been well documented. If you look in the 90s, this team always made sure the Lakers struggled to get to the next round. You know, there have been 7-game series with this team. And Utah Jazz also is the Lakers' kryptonite. Yeah, these two teams is the Lakers' worst nightmare in the West Conference. They have had to play, the Lakers have had to play these two teams 50 times in 30 years. And both these teams have won and lost against the Lakers. Now, in Portland, they have a superstar by the name of Damian Lillard. He's been on this roster for the past 5-6 years. And he's a young and up-and-coming player who is destined for greatness. He is destined to prove the naysayers, the skeptics, the critics, the doubters, the player haters, that he is the man in Portland to take them all the way to the promised land. And he has proved this time and time again. He has taken his team being down 10 points down or 20 points down and come back from a 20-point deficit and win the basketball game. And he's made like at least 7 or 8 comebacks from being down by 10 or by 20. So Damian Lillard is somebody you do not want to underestimate. He is somebody you do not want to take as a joke. He is the real deal. I mean, this guy stands at what, 5'6", 5'7", maybe 5'8", possibly 6 feet. And this guy can slam dunk the basketball. Yeah, this guy can slam dunk the ball. This guy could jump up in midair and block your damn shot. He can hit a 3 from half court. The guy can score 20, 30, 40, 50 points on any night. The guy can steal the ball 10 times and cross you over 10 times and then turn around and do it 10 more times. And the guy is a force to be reckoned with. And the players look up to Damian Lillard as a leader. And he's beaten teams like the Lakers. He's beaten the Jazz before. He's beaten the Houston Rockets. And he went up against Golden State. And actually, in one of those meetings, actually legitimately sent the game into 2 overtimes before losing to the Golden State Warriors. And if the NBA playoffs was to start today, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Portland versus Utah Jazz in the first round. If not in the first round, then these two would meet each other in the second round. But I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA playoffs took place today, that they faced each other in the first round or in the second round. And I wish you guys could see my crystal ball. I mean, I wish you really could see my crystal ball that this could go 7 games, because this won't be a walk in the park. This won't be one of those you blow a basketball team out by 10 points, 15, 20 points, and the game's over. This is one of those, it's going to get so physical that there's going to be fouls being called, technical fouls. Someone might get thrown out the basketball game. That's how serious this will be. Now, this does have ramifications of facing each other either in the first round or in the second round in the NBA playoffs. And just like my last video, this team is going to face each other two more times. Now, they already played each other in the beginning of the season, and this is their second matchup. But they are going to probably play a third time, and for whatever reason, usually these TV producers love to make teams play each other a fourth time, so we'll see. Now, Damian Lillard is the leader of this team, and I know for a fact that he wants to make a statement. So I believe that tomorrow on Christmas Day, that's exactly what Damian Lillard is going to do, is make a statement. Now, Utah is a basketball team that if you're not careful, they will beat you 10 points, 20, 30, 40, 50 points in the paint. They're known as one of the best defensive basketball teams in the West. Now, they can play some offense too. They're an offense team and a defense team. Now, at one point, they were just good at offense, and that's it. But then now they're good at both offense and defense. And they have a superstar shooting guard on their team. Now, I forgot what his name is, but I think he was the 13th pick in the NBA draft. It'll come back to me. I'll put his name in the description when I'm done with the video. But this team, you don't want to blink your eyes twice. Yeah, you blink your eyes twice, and by the time you wake up, Utah Jazz would have taken over the basketball game and won the game in the fourth quarter. This team has won games in overtime, a double overtime. Hell, there was one game where they were in 3 overtimes, and the Jazz still won the basketball game. So this is a team you do not want to mess with on any given night in the NBA season. Now, I do believe that this game's going to start off as an even match. The first quarter, they're just going to trade shots back and forth. The second quarter, they're going to trade shots back and forth. It's not until the third quarter that the game is going to get really serious and the pressure gets turned on all the way to high voltage. That's when we're going to see, can Portland come into Utah and beat Utah and Utah? It's hard to beat Utah and Utah. Like, it is. You ask any team in the NBA and they'll tell you one of the most difficult environments to win a game is Boston Garden, Portland, and Utah. Most difficult environments to win. Now, I do believe that Portland can come in here and force an overtime if they lose or if they win. But I still believe that Utah might still win the game because they're in Utah. And let's be honest, you're in front of your crowd. There's nothing better to be at home and to be pumped up by your own crowd. So I still believe Utah might win the game by maybe 5, maybe by 10, not that much. Now, if for some reason the game goes into an overtime or a second overtime and Portland win the game, it'll be based off of Damian Lillard giving us this superstar high-scoring performance. So if Portland does hijack a win from Utah, then expect a rivalry down the road in the NBA season. So I got Utah winning this by 5 or by 10, but if for some reason down the final stretch of the fourth quarter, Damian Lillard hit a 3 at the last minute, that could change the whole game. Then at that point, I would probably say Portland might hijack the game. So I'm telling you in a crystal ball, and the crystal ball tells me by 5 or by 10, Utah will win in Utah, but Portland could hijack the game. So I'm telling you what's going to happen before it happens tomorrow on Christmas Day. Now, some people might say, how come you haven't made a video about the Knicks versus the Bucks? It's the Milwaukee Bucks versus the New York Knicks. Why I ain't made that video is because I don't want to waste my time with that. I mean, these are two NBA teams that are not going to make the playoffs. It's obvious if the Knicks make the playoffs, I'll make a video in the future on who would they face. The New York Knicks are in New York. They should be able to win that basketball game. Damn if the Knicks lose in New York to Milwaukee. If Milwaukee come in there and just beat them down, then yeah, there'll be no point to making to the video because New York should be able to win in New York on Christmas. They should be able to. But Milwaukee is known to come in and beat teams that you don't suspect them to beat, like when Milwaukee beats Golden State. So, yeah, if Milwaukee beat New York tomorrow, then it proves my point. There was no point in making the video. But if the Knicks win, then I will make a video to explain my particular point. So that's why I ain't made the video. Until then, peace.